It's recording.
This is...
I'm cheesy. Okay.
Hi guys. Welcome to our channel.
I'm Shari.
And I'm Ethel.
And we're Shnaks. Okay, so... Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah. Guys, you can see it's our first time. Anyway, this video...
Yeah,
this is like our intro video. I don't know what real YouTubers call it, but this is our how
Journey
it started,
video.
how it's going video, journey video, why we're starting this channel, why we want you guys to subscribe, why we think you're gonna love it, why we think we are gonna love it. Yeah, that's what we're here to talk about today.
Just to add on to what Shari said about this particular video, it's also just for you guys to get a peek into like who we are, to know if this is your kind of content, like if you're like, oh
Yeah,
I
actually.
vibe with this guys, or this is what I think I'm gonna enjoy this kind of content. And yeah, it's like there's so many genres, and I feel like, yeah, for you guys to get a bit of an intro into what our genre is, what we're gonna like talking about, who the kind of people we are, what you expect to see here. So yeah,
We decided not to like discuss what we're gonna say for different bits, because we just wanna see if we see things differently.
Yeah.
Like, we've experienced a lot of life together and a lot of this journey together, but like, what are the we might say different things, and we just
Yeah.
want to see how that turns out. So I don't know, you can start with
how it started for me basically, right?
Yeah.
We basically met when Shari moved to my school, and she used to be she was in Aga Khan, and then I knew someone who was in Aga Khan, and I don't know
she
how
knew someone. I wonder what that someone was to her.
I can't remember why how I knew that you were coming to us. Like,
I think
your moving schools.
Paula might have mentioned it.
Like, she had a cousin who
Yeah,
was
who
coming,
was
right?
coming.
But then I was like, I don't know how I felt the need to reach out and be like, I want to know this person before she comes to the school, because I'm not one of those overzealous people who are like, yes, a new person or a new friend. But then I reached out and I got Shari's number, and we talked before she joined the school, as you were
we
joining.
started texting like a term before I joined.
Yeah, so we were like sort of online, or like, yeah, we were WhatsApp friends.
We were pen pals.
We used to write each other. Oh no, we never used to write each other letters, but yeah, we used to text and stuff. And then Shari was at school. We were in the same school for the longest time, but then I wouldn't say that we were close friends. So we were like, when she joined the school, it's not that like the friendship kicked off immediately. I feel like we were in the same friendship group or in the same class, so we had similar friends, but we were not necessarily like close friends.
That's the first time I'm hearing this. I thought it was close friends from the beginning, but it's okay, keep going.
But then I wanted to ask, do you remember like the time when, this is not the question I wanted to ask, but do you remember the time when like our friendship began?
So when I knew Ethel
like,
and Shari
were
was a thing.
friends, yeah. Like, yeah.
So I always tell Ethel this story of how the first time I met Ethel's mom was like at a parent-teacher conference thing at school, and I was walking down to the office with my mom because ours was ending, and Ethel's mom was walking up, and then they stopped because they knew each other. And then Auntie Anita was like, oh my gosh, is this Shari? I'm finally meeting her. I've had Shari's name so much at home. Like, Ethel's always mentioning Shari's name. And like, I don't know why, for me that was a moment where I was like, yeah, this is my friend. Because you know when you're a kid and you have that thing of our parents even know each other, and they like call each other, and like when we go for sleepovers they talk. So now I was like, our moms have met. This is it. But I think for me, at time, I don't think I have like a specific day I'm like, our friendship solidified. It's also weird because Ethel and I used to end up hanging out together a lot on the weekends, because we'd make plans with a group of people and we'd always be the only ones that show up. I think it was those days when it was hard to leave the house.
Yeah.
So like we'd go to Garden City and it's supposed to be like 7 of us, and then it's just me and Ethel.
Literally.
So we would have that time.
Yeah.
But I also remember I started doing this thing where I used to have like sleepovers for my birthday at home, just like on my birthday weekends. And
so lit.
I feel like for me that's when I felt like, yeah, this is my guy. Because like now she was like in my space, we were at home, like we were seeing each other outside of the context of break and lunchtime and like whatever other time we would spend together. I'm trying to think about when it started in terms of being creative together. When and how that began. Guys, let me just tell you something. You see this person here, this is the most talented photographer I know and the most creative person I know. But at some point she wanted to be a businesswoman. That was her plan. I don't know what we were thinking. I don't even know. But Ethel was sure she was going to study business. That's it.
Oh my god.
No offense to anyone who does business, but Ethel.
I remember this.
And I mean, money is good, and at the end of the day, you're going to use.
I want to make money.
Like, I can't imagine her saying I have a degree in business.
It's just, I can't believe it. Actually, I remember that.
Anyway, this is my version of how like we started just like thinking of creative things together and wanting to like collaborate and like doing it together. Was there's a holiday where we both traveled, and I remember Ethel went to New York. I think it's when I went to Switzerland, you went to New York. And that's when like iPhones were a big thing. I think the iPhone 4 just came out and Ethel got it. And she joined Instagram. I found out about Instagram from Ethel. I didn't really understand what it was. There's a point where people just post food on Instagram and I was like, what? But Ethel got Instagram. Guys, we're going to put some of the pictures here on this thing. Because, guys, let me tell you, I used to see Ethel's pictures and I was like, Picasso, you guys. As in, no one. Remember the picture of your colorful shoes, the cupcakes,
and those boundaries that were hideous.
No, but yeah, so Ethel got Instagram, and yeah, she like from then was just like really into photography, and we just both started somehow at the same point talking about it and being interested. And then her and I were like, let's start like some sort of photography company together. And our whole thing was like, we do iPhone photography, because at that time we didn't have any gear equipment. We literally had our phones. Like, we did photo shoots for people with just our iPhones, and then we'd edit on our phones.
Not iPhone 12 Pro. It was iPhone 3.
It was the beginning, you guys. So yeah, we just started, and then we called our thing In Shnaks Kodachrome.
Because we don't want to be basic and say photography.
Guys,
Kodachrome means photography, but like in another way. So why?
And In Shnaks was supposed to be In Shnaks and Monica joined together. We're still kind of on that trail with the whole Shnaks thing. But it was In Shnaks with an X, Kodachrome. And we had a Facebook page.
Literally.
I feel like there's people who've known us for time and know where we are at now and remember In Shnaks, and they're like, yeah, I remember.
It's been a minute. I feel like we used to have this moments in high school. So when we were studying in Shnaks, when we would sit down and we talk about like our vision and our like what we wanted for the company and all of that stuff. And I think for me, when I realized that like this was actually going to be a thing, like this is not a friendship of like high school and then we're done with this friendship, was we were one time having a conversation about that one. Yeah. And then Shari was like, oh, and you know when Shari gets serious, like when she gets into a serious mode, when she's like telling you things for real, like she's breaking things down, and you're like, oh, okay. So she was like, this is not something I see ending ever. So even if like where we are right now, we don't have the Kodachrome company as it was then, we're still like in business together, or we do projects together, like
brainstorm together.
Exactly. We're still
dreaming
partners.
Together.
Exactly. So at that point, that's when I was like, yo, this is not a friendship that like, that is just like, it's not a short-term thing. It seemed very like long-term to me. And I think that's a question that I had, or that I wanted to ask, was about the whole thing of when did you realize that you were in this, not in this for life, but like it was not a friendship that was going to end soon. Not that you really see that friendships are going to end soon, but
that's a very good question. I would say I think that for me it was even okay. What I can be honest about is that I think I felt that way even before In Shnaks, maybe like in grade 9. But it wasn't a thing that was happening yet. So do you know when it's something you're wishing for? I'm hoping. I think I was like, because at that point you were still best friends with someone else.
She always brings this up.
Yeah, she was best friends with someone else. But guys, I said they're not a mountain. They will be moved. I'm joking. But yeah, like I still felt like, I think I already saw the connection, but wasn't maybe like actively being like, we are intentionally being each other's people. Does that make sense? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, I think for me it was like before we actually became what I would say we are now, and obviously our friendship was growing over the years. I think I already felt it, and I also think that like between me and Ethel, I'm more in just life in general, you're more, hold on, wait, what's this thing? Let me see it before I dive into it. I'm more, I feel it, let's go, let's do it. I'm feeling it, let's do it. So maybe that's also why we transitioned. We were feeling it at different points when we finally met. I think I also felt it a lot in our last 2 years of high school, especially as our class got smaller. I think me and her got closer. And yeah. Also, just like doing things like we worked on the yearbook together. We were yearbook photographers together.
Much time together.
We went to a photography camp in New York together. We lived together in New York for 6 weeks, as like straight out of high school, and not just any high school, straight out of a Christian high school, Word of Life. Graduated from a class of 3. So just imagine the kind of minds we were and had. Like, it's so interesting. I feel like you'll find out about that stuff in other videos.
Literally.
But yeah, I think that creativity and what we do creatively has been a big part of molding our friendship and us together. There's obviously so many other dynamics and aspects of how we relate, but that's a big part of it. I knew I wanted to be a filmmaker in grade 10, but I didn't know what I was saying when I would say that. I didn't know what that world, I didn't know as much as I know now. I didn't know what that would mean. I'm sure what I thought of it then was, I don't know. But I didn't feel uncomfortable sharing that with Ethel. I didn't feel like I have to first prove myself before I tell her, or this is stupid, don't say that out loud. She was a person who I'd be like, I think I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this, even though I'll probably look back now and be like, those things didn't make sense, and I've evolved so much. I felt I could be bare with her, and she's someone who I think can see my evolution from any stage.
I knew I was gifted, like in a creative sense. Like I knew I was gifted in, like, I could take photos and I enjoyed doing it, but I never saw, and I feel like this friendship was one of the things that made it make sense in the grander scheme of things. Like, this friendship made me realize that, like, oh, actually, this is something that's not just a gift, but it's something that you can do for your life. Like, this is something that it's going to be like strategically placed at different points of your life, and it's not going to just be a hobby. It's not going to just be something you do for fun, but it's going to be something that you can pursue creatively and make a livelihood out of. That's the whole point. And I think this friendship showed me that. The middle, or the transition bit for me, was when we both went to uni. And that time was like, it was so different for me because I had never been away from Shari for that long, in the sense of, like, we were not a 45-minute drive away from each other, and that was a lot. That used to be a lot for us. Like, her living where she lived and me living was a lot. So now,
distance relationship things.
Us moving, like, we're in the same country, but then we're like 2 whole provinces away from each other. So it was like a flight away at least. And I think those 2 years, those 3 years were a lot for me, because then I was like, yo, is this a friendship that I want to pursue creatively? Or, I mean, like, it had layers to it. Like, before, I was like, we were together in the same space, so I took a lot of things for granted, and I was like, oh, this person is always going to be with me. I'm always going to connect with this person without, and it's, those friendships that people talk about, like, oh, we don't see each other for a year, but when we meet, it's like the first time and everything. And I thought that that's what our friendship would be like, but I realized that the strain that the 3 years apart had put in our friendship, and I was like, this is something that I need to work on more intentionally. Like, that's when we started having friendship dates, or just meeting.
A lot of things that are just
to
actually
talk.
That's really when we started being intentional. Guys, there was a point in those 3 years where I was pretty sure the friendship was done. And I remember having a conversation with one of my friends. I hope she watches this, man. I think she'll be proud of me wherever she is. But I had a conversation. I remember we were sitting. I used to love this place called New York Slice. They had really good pizza. We were sitting there and we were eating pizza, and I was just like, bro, I don't think I have a best friend anymore. Like, I think it's done. It's run its course. We're 2 different people, just like, and it's okay. And I was like, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. Like, it is what it is. But the weirdest thing is, I was saying that, but I was planning Ethel's surprise birthday. I was going to fly there for it. I flew there for it. I was with her for the whole 3 days. We went to Daisy's together after that. But in the back of my mind, I was like, these formalities are about to end. We're winding down.
Yeah. And I also remember praying, and I was like, I'm done trying. Like, I don't have any more energy to try on and work on this friendship. If it's meant to be good, please just align things, because at this point I don't have any more energy.
Anyway, guys, I feel like we're gonna have a whole other video
About that, about
friendship
uni
thing and all these dynamics and uni. But guys, but this is my immunity booster. Stay safe, stay masked up.
Wear your mask, guys.
I feel like, yeah, so I think it's clear just from how much we spoke about this friendship and this dynamic and creativity, what part of this what this part of this channel is going to be about. A lot of it is going to be about friendship. A lot of it is going to be about creativity, whether it's us sitting down with like different kinds of creatives that we know have access to, or it's us showing you behind the scenes of things we've done, or us just like putting together clips and videos, you know, of just creative things.
And friendship in general, I think.
Yeah, and not just about our friendship, but friendship in general.
Friendships we have outside, relationships we have.
And just like our lifestyle, I think we live fun lives on a budget, but we enjoy it.
But we eat our youth. We eat our youth with a big spoon, you guys.
Yeah. And also, we just like things. The truth is, me and Ethel like things. And yeah, we just like things. We like documenting. Actually, let's just say, this is almost like a visual diary also of sorts in a way. And also it's a chance for us to see how creative we can get with it and stuff like that.
I have a very weird relationship with Instagram, so I feel like this channel is going to be an opportunity for me to like just do my thing and just like show you guys the process behind shoots, show you guys editing things and geeking over like color grading and things like that, because those are things that I really enjoy doing, and I think this is going to be an exciting way to like document and to show you guys. And yeah, like
you're gonna see a lot of our friends. A lot. You're probably
they know
gonna see a lot of
themselves.
our friends.
They know themselves.
For me, this just feels like a space where I just get to be. I just get to be
do
and
my
love
own
it
thing, man,
and see where it goes, and maybe become an influencer. I'm joking. Anyone who follows us on Instagram knows we post a lot on our stories.
Yeah.
And I think that's another reason that we thought it would be fun to have a channel, because like I'm also very excited for like interaction and engagement with people. Like I want it to feel like it's our channel.
This is a way to combine a lot of things that we do.
Yeah.
So it's a way to combine like the creative aspect and have conversations around
the content aspect.
Anything, the content aspect, like documenting whatever we feel needs to be documented or whatever we want to document. I want to be able to look at this channel like a few years down the road and be like, yo, look at how far we've come from, or look at what we were doing then, and like just seeing how we've grown and how it's so different from, or how our thinking changes, like all this stuff. So for me, it's just visual diary. I'm excited for it to be that.
I don't know where we're gonna be in a year with this channel. That excites me, of like who we might be able to reach, like the connections that can be made. And I don't mean like business networking connections, I just mean human beings connecting. I know it's a whole topic, the fact that man, our generation really, the internet is where we connect. I know that's a whole thing, but I think there's benefits of it. There's good aspects to it. The empath in me, like, and the super fake deep person in me is like, connection.
Don't call it fake deep,
connection
man.
is
It's
everything.
Not fake deep. It's not fake deep.
But I think we're also going to talk about like some things that people might be able to relate to, or might be able to just like watch and feel seen. You know what, that's it. Like I feel like from starting this channel, I'm gonna feel seen. I'm gonna feel seen, me as myself, starting this channel, and I hope that other people can feel that way. Also, everything that I do as a human being, one of my main things is I just want to see more representation of black girls. And I'm just like, we're Ugandan girls living in Uganda. This is us. Like,
imagine.
Guys, like, subscribe. I want people to see how nuanced and different girls from different places are, and how our experiences, our life, our journey, all that kind of stuff. I think that's gonna be pretty interesting. We have like a couple of ideas of things lined up that we want to share with you and show you. But also, if you guys want to see anything specific from us, or feel like you want to say something, hit us up. Or our details are gonna be in the bio probably,
in the description,
and our handles and whatnot.
But subscribe, guys. Please send this to all your friends and tell them to come and join the family. We're just starting, so I think it's really exciting because there's so many ways this could go. I think the possibility of like not knowing which usually would scare me. Now
Yeah, it's quite
like
exciting.
it's exciting for me. So guys, yeah, please come and let's do this thing.
Yeah, that's the end. That's the end, guys. This is the end.
I feel like I need a drink.
What kind? Anyway, guys, welcome to Shnaks. Thank you for staying for this entire video. Thank you for sitting with us. Thank you for listening. I hope it's been interesting, and I hope you're here to stay, and I hope you're as excited as we are. And yeah, see you guys.
Thanks for watching, guys.
On the next video. Bye.
Bye.